So for this lesson today, I want to teach you my 3 favorite ways to teach sight words. And down below, I'll have a ton of other ideas too, because there's great ideas out there on the internet. But this is what I have personally used that I have loved. Okay, so I have my sight words written on flashcards here. If you Google or search, there are so many printable flashcards, so you don't have to write them. But for this presentation, I didn't have mine handy, so I quickly wrote some down on flashcards. Easy as that. I've also included below some free ones that I've made that you can download for the first 100 Fry sight words. So these are my 3 favorite games, okay? Here I have small pile of sight words, okay? When I first start teaching sight words, I never pull out my whole huge pile. That's just overwhelming to students. I just maybe pick 10. Maybe the first 10 we're going to work on. And my first, I just like to introduce the words. So I might go like this. I say the word, you say it back. Were, and then they say were. Of, they say of, okay? And then you're practicing the words. All right? Then I like to play 1-minute timer games. Because I think anytime you turn it into a game, it makes them want to play it a little bit more and learn the words more. So I simply on my phone or on my timer set it for 1 minute. And if you're doing it with several of your children, you can go around the room. Or if you're doing it with one child, just do it to them. And all you're doing is holding up the word and having them say it. And if they get it right, I place it in front of them. And then I go on. Okay? Now, if your child is sitting there for maybe 3 to 5 seconds and they don't get it, I just simply read the word to them. There. This word is there. Okay, we'll try later. And then I set it to the side. And then you keep going for the whole minute. And then at the end, they count up their pile. Then I might have an incentive. I might not have an incentive. That's up to you. I say, okay, we're going to do it again for a minute. Set your timer for a minute. See if they can beat their score. Okay, and the challenge is to try to beat their score. So again, the 2 important things in this, though, are don't let them be stuck on a word for too long, because that will just frustrate them. And we don't want to have frustrated readers. We want to have joyful readers. And then if they do get stuck on the word, read it to them and have them say it back to you. Okay, so that's a 1-minute timer game. I also loved to play the game Beat Mrs. Faulkner, because that's my last name. You could play Beat Mom, Beat Dad, and it's almost the same as the 1-minute timer game, only if they miss a word, I keep it, or you keep it as a mom. So I don't like to play this one right off, because I don't want them to feel like, oh, Mom is always beating me, okay? But when they're getting a little bit better, then you see who at the end of the game got more words. Did they read more words right or miss words, okay? And again, go through the words that they missed when you're done. Now, another way to help. If your child is stumbling on maybe the same few sight words, or there's some they're really struggling with, I like to take some tape and hang them on my wall by a door that they go through a lot. Like the door to go play outside, the door to the car, the door to the pantry, the door to your bathroom. I don't care. You pick a spot in your house and you hang words. Maybe you're going to hang these 2, and all. And to get out that door, anytime they want to get out the door, they have to read these words to you. Okay, now the first few times, you might do where you say, okay, the word is and. What's the word? And, Mom. And then they read it to you. Okay, now I did this in my classroom all the time, so if you're a teacher, you can do this in your classroom. I would hang 2 or 3 words on the door going out to recess. And depending on the time, if we didn't have time to read all 3 words for all 27 kids, I'd just point to a word and then switch it up depending on which kids are in your line, so that way they're not hearing the word and just repeating it back. So fun, easy games you can play at home that I have found work really well and are really fun. Check below for some more great ideas that I have found and researched and I think would be great, including ways to practice spelling sight words and reading them. Okay?